Taylor Lorenz, one of the more frustrating and grating liberal journalist figures, Taylor Lorenz has apparently been fired from Vox Media after she celebrated the murder of the UnitedHealthcare CEO. Lorenz wrote this not on Twitter or X, but on the news. There's like a new liberal Twitter that some of them are doing this week. They seem to have a new fake liberal Twitter every 3 weeks, and then no one really uses it because the whole fun of Twitter is you argue with people. So I don't know. But whatever the one is this week, she posted an article about how Blue Cross Blue Shield will no longer cover anesthesia for the full length of certain surgeries. And she said, quote, "And people wonder why we want these executives dead." So she's saying, yeah, I support killing the CEO of UnitedHealthcare. And then she kind of tried to gaslight people and pretend she didn't really say that. But anyway, according to reports, we'll see if they're true, she was booted from Vox Media, a left-wing company. She's saying the reports are 100% false, but the media reporters are saying it anyway. So who do I believe? I don't really believe Taylor Lorenz about anything, so I think it might be true. What does this tell us? It tells us something has changed. I told you earlier, something's changed in New York. The acquittal of Daniel Penny, something's changed. I don't know that Daniel Penny would have been acquitted 5 years ago. At the height of BLM, I don't think Daniel Penny gets acquitted, certainly not in New York. What changed? Well, here, what changed is now there are consequences, even for the liberal media. Now there are consequences to calling for the death of innocent people. Now there are consequences to following your ideology to such ghastly and cruel ends. Now there are consequences for criminals on the streets in New York. Now there are consequences for, some would call them criminals, for liberal journalists. Maybe they're going to get booted out of that White House press room. Maybe they're going to be fired from their websites. Why? Because no one's paying attention anymore. The fact that MSNBC's ratings are dropping to middling podcast levels, lower than middling podcast levels in the prime demo, 25 to 54. The fact that my doppelganger at MSNBC needs to take a $5 million pay cut. The fact that MSNBC is probably going to be spun off. It's on the chopping block. And CNN is having mass firings. The fact that I don't think that Vox reportedly has fired Taylor Lorenz because all of a sudden they've caught a case of integrity. I think they are reportedly firing Taylor Lorenz because they realize, oh, shoot, there's really not an audience for this radical leftism. Oh, shoot, it turns out people don't love criminals running roughshod all over citizens on the street. Oh, shoot, turns out we still kind of like to support the good guy, and the underdog and America and tradition and normality. We like that. We still like normality, it turns out. Consequences. It's the conservative consolation that Russell Kirk identifies, that others have identified, which is that there's so much absurdity and pain in the short term, but reality does reassert itself eventually. I think we are watching reality reassert itself right now. That was a great clip. Now stop, hold up, ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.